Hey guys, welcome to VHB Engines. Got a little impromptu video I decided to make here today. Actually decided to make it this afternoon when I saw that dude in blue. I blew up my 240, the 2JZ. I'm pretty sure that most of you guys that watch me here, or even if you don't subscribe or watch him on a regular basis, you have to be familiar with David Patterson. You know, the last couple of years he's made a pretty big splash on the YouTube car scene. So anyway, about that, what prompt me to do this video in response to that is because recently I've been having this chat with some guys, or some of you guys on here. There's, oh, I'm going to buy an engine from this place, or I'm going to buy an engine from that place. When you say this, you're usually, you're talking to me about an engine import shop. And I keep telling you guys, don't fucking do it. It's a bad idea. Unless you're going to buy a single cam there from them for like $300 or $400, or you're going to buy a B20 for $400, I wouldn't buy any engines from those guys. Why? Because big number one, big O numero uno, is they're fucking overpriced. If you go to these guys, you buy a GSR long block, you're looking at paying like $1,800 or more. That's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous when you can go on fucking Facebook or Craigslist and buy a GSR for $1,000, $800. I've seen some desperate ass motherfuckers sell them for $600. All right. Now, personally, I like to buy my engines blown, and also either blown or bare or whatever, because it's always cheaper to rebuild them from scratch or rebuild them from a problem. But if you want to go buy a good engine, get one from them. Okay, now why? Other than the fact that these engines are overpriced coming from these fucking import shops, number two being, honest to God, they don't really know what the hell is up with the engines. If the shop is legit, and they haven't done any shady shit with the engines they're importing, they don't really know what the problem is with their engine. You know, some of these people like, oh, well, they're compression testing and shit. Unless you're hooking it up to a starter, unless you're having the flywheel on there, hooking it up to a starter and running full power off of a battery to crank that engine, you don't really know what the compression is. So a lot of those places are fucking bullshitting when they say that we're good engines compression tested. All right. So, you're getting these engines that are low mileage, and you don't really know the wear and tear that these engines have. All right. Now, I've personally known some shady shops where they get these import engines, throw them in cars, drive them around for a while, then put them back on their fucking showroom floor or their junkyard floor and sell it like as is. Now, I know that there's two big factors. There's two big factors that goes into people wanting to buy from these shops. Well, one, it's a legitimate business. It's a legitimate business. Like, you can't be fucked by those guys, And two, being, oh, they have a warranty. I used to argue with people all the time about that. I warranty my fucking engines, and I sell for the same price or cheaper than these import shops rebuilt. All right. Now, I'm not saying you're going to find that anywhere else, or you're not going to find my prices on a regular basis out there, the people who are willing to warranty. But here's the catch to that. All right. These places, if they're on the shady side, this is the gamble. They're selling you this engine, right? And they're giving you a 30-day warranty. And they also do, one of those catches in that warranty there is professional installation. So they have like 3 different things going for them that can save them from paying out their warranty if you come back with it being bad. One, professional installation. A lot of you Honda guys, and myself included, aren't going to go fucking pay anybody to do a basic engine swap. You're going to do it yourself, all right? All right, so if they catch wind of that, if you're silly enough to fucking slip up and let that be known, or if they ask for proof of receipt or whatnot, you're fucked. Oh, not professional install, not a problem. Number 2 would be that the time limit itself, 30 days. Unless you have everything ready to go for your swap, generally speaking, you're going to take longer than 4 fucking weeks to get everything you need together to put the swap in. All right? And then there's the last catch being some of these problems, like with that dude in blue who he had David put that engine in there. And he said day one they were, losing oil. Or it had an oil problem, oil consumption, right? And he said that what they did was, they changed the valve seals. All right, now, I don't know exactly why they decided to do that. But just, for my personal experience for building engines for you guys, if you have an oil consumption problem in your engine, one that's definitely fucking noticeable, it's like 90% of the time it's going to be rings. And doing the valve stem seals is just a waste of fucking time and money. Alright, so I don't know why these guys at the place that he's kind of made popular down there, that Evolve Tuning in Atlanta. I'm not saying anything bad about them because they got badass fucking cars down there, but I don't understand why they just didn't go with that. Alright, so in David Patterson's fucking, his case, I'm pretty sure that he paid somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,500 or around that for that 2JZ. So for you to buy an engine that, if you want it to be healthy guaranteed, that you're going to have to rebuild anyway, there's no reason in the world to pay that kind of premium. You're better off going to a junkyard, paying junkyard prices, or like I always recommend you guys, if you have any idea that you're gonna be doing a rebuild or overhaul, there's absolutely no fucking reason in the world to buy from one of those guys, because at the end of the day, you're just gonna have to open it up and do it anyway. And worst case scenario, you buy a block from somebody, and it happens to be, you buy it cheap, and it happens to have a spun bearing or a bad crank. Well, that's not the end of the world. You can get a crankshaft and still do your rebuild and still spend less money. So I've been preaching this a lot to a lot of guys for a very long time, for years now, about the whole don't buy from the import shops, especially since Facebook took off with their car sections there. Don't buy from the import shops. It's definitely a buyer's market nowadays, not a good seller's market. Don't let the promise of a 30-day warranty from some of these places in a professional business, trick you into thinking that you're guaranteed, a good return, because it's not necessarily the case. And like I said, not all these places are shady. Some of these places are legit, but they're not getting paperwork with exact dash mileage for how long these cars were running with these engines, and they don't know the condition of when they get them. They just know that they're low mileage because the country has laws for running for a certain amount of time. Anyway, yeah, I hope this is helpful for you guys. If you're gonna rebuild, definitely don't buy from the import shops. If you got money to throw away though, and you think you're just gonna do a basic swap and nothing else, then by all means go for it. But just be aware and be wary of the fact that when you're buying this shit, you're spending a lot of money on not knowing for sure what it's gonna be. I would never recommend doing this shit unless you're gonna throw in the fucking swap the next day, Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of got off track there. But that third point was this guy said that he was losing oil from day one, but even then, they didn't, stop what they were doing and take the engine back. Although I think by the time that he actually had the car running, the warranty was already gone. But the third thing being is for them their third big thing for them selling the engine to you, not paying out the warranty, is that whatever the problem is, it wouldn't escalate to something that could cause a failure until it's already blown, or you're too far past the days. Alright guys, I really hope this is helpful for you guys, and I hope this wakes up some of you fuckers to realize that, not all the shit I'm saying is just coming out of my ass. Now you have somebody who's famous on there that you can see has had this fucking problem. So you don't just think that, hey, I'm just making shit up because I'm trying to make an extra buck. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and again, hope this helped you all guys out. Peace.